Hi friends, today in this part of the video, which is again related to career, I will be talking about planets and how you can see your career or somebody's career from the planets. Now while I come to the planets, let me tell you some basics of how to look into a chart from a career point of view in relationship to planets. Now when you're looking into planets to see what kind of career a person will pursue or will do well, you need to understand that you have to see which is the most prominent planet in his chart. When I say prominent, it has to relate or it has to have some connection with houses related to career. So your 10th house, your 6th house, your second house. So the planet which has good connection with these houses will kind of determine your career. Say for example, your 10th lord is sitting in 6th house and it's Jupiter and it is aspecting the second house as well. So combinations like that from 6th house it also aspects your 10th house if Jupiter is your 10th lord. So combination like that will make it clear that this is the planet which will define your career. You need to see which is your 10th lord, you need to see which is your second lord, you need to see which is your sixth lord, and then you need to see the time period you're going through. Are you going through the time period of these houses? Say you are in your 20s and you're going through the time period of one of these houses, then there's a possibility that that planet will decide your career, or that planet will play major role in shaping your career or deciding what career should you pursue. That's how you look into planets. From, of course, there are a lot of other things. There are houses, there are nakshatras, there are the detailed chart, as I said to you before, there are time periods, there are a lot of things. But when I'm talking about planets, you need to see which is the most prominent planet in your chart in relationship to career, and then decide what kind of profession will be suitable for that particular person. So say for example, Sun is the most prominent planet in that person's chart and he's going through a period of Sun, a dasha of Sun, then there's a possibility that he may be interested in politics. He may go into administrative line. Somebody who has a very strong Sun can do well in administrative life, like a IS officer or IPS officer or IFS officer. Sun can also make somebody a head of a particular institute. He can be a CEO. He can be a executive director, or can be a promoter of a particular organization. So Sun is about status. Sun is about Sun is about the top position in a particular sector or in a particular division. So if you have a strong Sun in your chart and Sun is related to any of these houses, you will do well in your career, and you will be in a top position, in a kingly position, in a position which demands authority and where you can command, you can be a leader. Now, so for example, your moon is the most prominent planet in your chart. Then again, like Sun, moon is also about administrative. Moon is also about, strong Sun and a strong moon can make you do well in administrative line, in the government line. Moon is also about traveling. Moon is also about uh, looking into social service, where nursing, medicine line, moon does very well. If you go into pharma line or into, because you need to take care of the people. Moon is that motherly planet, so you will do well if you have a good moon in the nursing line. You may decide to open a nursing home. You may take care of people. You may start to open an NGO. You may decide to open an NGO. So things like that. Now, if Mars is the most prominent planet in your in your chart from a career point of view, then you can be an athlete, you can be a sports person, you can be a fighter, you can that MMA fighter, the WWE or WWF fighters. You can be you can be a police officer, or or a profession related to the Indian defense or any country's defense for that matter, army officer. And you can also do well in engineering and medical line, because Mars is about instrument. Mars is using your hand, so you will do well in surgery, you will do well as a mechanical engineer, you can do well as an electrical engineer, profession related to that. Now, say for example, your Mercury is the most prominent planet in your chart, then there is a possibility that you can be a computer engineer or a software engineer. Somebody who's good in analytics, like big data. Is the current trend that is going on, big data and analytics. So you can do well there. You can do well in astrology if Mercury is a prominent planet in your chart. You can do well in research line. You can do well in media as a journalist, because Mercury is, in the Kala Chakra chart, Mercury rules the third house. The third house is about journalism, third house is about media, third house is about communications. So you can do well there. You can do well, as I said before, in engineering as well, in finance, in commerce, in trades, because Mercury represents those things. So you can be a chartered accountant. I have seen a lot of people who are good in finance have a very strong Mercury. Mercury in sixth house does very well from an analytics point of view, from a finance point of view, because sixth house is where in the Kala Chakra chart it get exalted, and Virgo is about finance and is about Mercury in sixth, Virgo is about finance and analytics and so on. Now, if Jupiter is the most prominent planet in your chart, then you can be a good teacher, preacher, counselor. You can do well in astrology. You can do well in healing. You can be a priest in a temple. You can be a pope in a church. So you can be a religious leader. You can go into spiritual line. You can be, you can be somebody who teaches about higher knowledge, about higher learnings. That's what a Jupiter in your chart can make you. Jupiter is also to do with judiciary in the field of law. So Sun can also make you, in the top position in the judiciary line as well. But Jupiter is also about the judiciary line, a lawyer. So that's what Jupiter is all about. Now, if Saturn is the most prominent planet in your chart, then Saturn is also about medicine. Saturn is about, opening up an NGO, a hard worker, somebody who works for the lower caste people, maybe a trade union leader, somebody who takes care of old people, somebody who work in a, maybe there is a possibility of you working in places like a brothel for that matter. If it's if it's a prominent planet but badly placed, then that's a possibility. You may work underground, like mining and so on. As I said before, Saturn does well in the medicine line as well. So a good Mars, a good Saturn, a good Moon can help you do well in the pharma line or the medicine line, maybe a doctor. I just missed another planet. If I should have done Venus before Saturn. Now, say for example, Venus is the most prominent planet in your chart. Then you can be an actor, you can be a dramatist, you can be a poet, a writer, a painter, dancer, anything related to performing arts. You can also do well in business related to luxurious goods, vehicles, luxurious vehicles, perfumes. Maybe a fashion designer, or a ill-placed Venus in but prominent in your chart can make you go into those prostitutions, or maybe go into porn industry, pornography. So those are possibility when you have a difficult Venus in your chart, but it is related to either your profession line. Now, if Rahu is related to your profession or in your chart is if Rahu is the most prominent planet from a career point of view, then a good Rahu can make you a magician, or maybe you can travel long distance to do your work. Rahu is also about electronics. Rahu is about photography. Rahu is about engineering. Rahu is about somebody who's hungry for fame, so you can do well as an actor as well. Though Venus is the main planet for that, but Rahu can also help you become a good actor. Some of the great actors have a very prominent Rahu in their chart, and a difficult Rahu can take you into gambling, or look for shortcut methods to to achieve success and then fall in trouble. And a difficult Rahu can do bad activities from a profession point of view. Now, coming to the last planet, that is Ketu. Uh, Ketu in your If Ketu is the most prominent planet in your chart, then there is a possibility that you can be a spiritual person, somebody who's a lunar, somebody who's into research line, somebody who's into mathematics, somebody again who's into astrology or occult science, somebody who's a healer. And Ketu in the 10th house can make a person switch job. You may not be interested in the work you're doing currently. You start moving from one field to the other field, right? You start experimenting, which may or may not be good. You may not like to work in a proper work environment. So those are the possibilities with Ketu being prominent in your chart. So look into those planets. There can be a possibility that not one but two, three planets will play a role to decide your career. So combine these things and then see what kind of a career should be good for you or for the person whose chart you're seeing. That's how you decide from a planet's point of view what kind of career should you pursue. But please understand, planets are not the only thing. Houses, nakshatras, the divisional charts, the amartya karaka and atma karaka, which is a Gemini concept. All these play a role to decide your career. I will be covering this step by step in my next videos. Thank you for watching the second part related to career. If you liked my video, kindly share it. Please like my video and kindly subscribe to my channel. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.